Hello everyone, this is Erik, the Asian movie enthusiast, and this is my review of All of Us Are Dead, a Korean horror television series from 2022. After a failed science experiment, a local high school is overrun with zombies, and the trapped students struggle to survive. With no food or water and communication cut off by the government, they must use equipment around the school to protect themselves in the midst of a battleground, or they will become part of the infected. So the opening scene is actually kind of surprising in the show. It's on a rooftop, some kid getting bullied and beaten by some other students, but some things happen that I was not expecting there. And early on, you realize that one of the faculty at this school, a mentally unstable science teacher, was conducting some dangerous experiments on school grounds, and he produced a cute little white rat with zombie transmission abilities. It bites some people, and things get out of control fast. Now, the initial outbreak sequence in this show is actually very good. There's bloody violence, camera moves around a lot, there's a ton of nicely directed tracking shots. Very effective at showing the extent of the chaos. So the geography of the attacks are captured very well, and many times the camera will follow one particular character as they're running or fending off multiple zombie attacks. Everything's very clear, very clean. There's practically no shaky cam, and you never get confused as to what's happening. So it's a pretty exciting way to present zombie attacks. I liked it quite a bit. One example is a scene inside of a waterlogged cafeteria. That's one of the best scenes of the entire show. There's also an attack in a library that I enjoyed quite a bit. There are a lot of zombie attacks in this show, so I was happy with the quantity of action horror in this. That's one of the reasons to watch a show like this, and they give you what you want. So that's good. Very nice. Now, in terms of the drama, there are some charming moments early on involving our protagonists. There's a scene where they're running to get to school on time, and that was pretty entertaining. There are also some very unlikable students at this school who do some pretty despicable things. There are some good dramatic moments here and there, especially once we spend some time with the kids and some of the other teacher characters. You want some of the people in the show to live, and you want some of them to die. So that's how it works. Some characters in the show get abruptly killed off, which kind of enhances the danger of the situation. Even like in the middle of the show, you'll have like your main pool of characters, and one of them will just get clipped fast. So it's nice that they did it that way because it accentuates, the urgency of this outbreak. Some characters are more slippery though, and they have kind of a natural talent at maneuvering their way through zombie attacks. There were a few characters in this that I admired for their sheer ability to stay alive in circumstances where they look like they're done for. The lead actress, Park Ji-woo, has a familiar face. I couldn't place her at first, so I looked up her filmography and remembered that she was in House of Hummingbird, which I reviewed on my channel. Very good movie, by the way. And this is kind of an up-and-coming actress here. Now, one criticism of All of Us Are Dead is that there's not much that's new here. All right, it's a conventional zombie tale. You could see some parallels with Train to Busan, like the wench who hates people who are below her financially. Kind of like there was that old man on the train who kept like sabotaging and killing people, right? There's a girl in this who's kind of similar to him. The main protagonists are holed up in classrooms for chunks of time as well, which means that we get some scenes of people sitting around talking. And when I watch a zombie movie or TV show, those are the scenes that I hate the most. Anytime I'm watching anything zombie related, you'll get like a fun zombie attack, and you're like, all right, let's keep going. And then the characters will slip into like a small location, they'll board up the windows. Once characters start boarding up windows in a zombie film, I'm like, all right, I think I could just grab a drink or something, because nothing's going to happen for the next section of time. And that kind of happens in this show, all right? This does happen. Now, the scriptwriters seem to understand this flaw, so they throw in some stuff to help mitigate the problem. They mix in some events outside of the school. So there's like a decent percentage of the runtime that's dedicated to events in surrounding cities related to this outbreak. There are some significant characters outside of the school that we follow, and that definitely helps to kind of break things up, add a little bit of variety, so when the kids are holed up in a classroom, it doesn't just sit with them the entire time. The plot moves around a little bit. Also, the scriptwriters added a zombie hybrid element, which I won't tell you too much about it because that would be a spoiler, but that adds another dynamic that I appreciated. Nothing mind-blowing, but it helps to mix up the interaction and the threats, even when the zombies are not attacking. So again, the show does a good job of maintaining your interest despite having some slow patches along the way. So, all in all, I did very much enjoy the show, probably more than I thought I would. I think because of the quantity of the action, and it does hit enough of an emotional punch at times to really give it just a little bit of that character depth that you need. So I recommend this. I liked it. And it's currently available on Netflix. And as always, I will see you next time.